Welcome to the Deceiver's Tools. This is the very first session in a brand new campaign that takes place in an older city that hasn't been touched in my campaigns for quite some time. It's currently a mess of conflict, though, as the three kingdoms of the Osirian Triumvirate have splintered away from each other in the past 15 or 500 years. And infighting amongst its nobility and infighting amongst its peoples has been going on ever since. Like most of the places in the 900s of my campaign setting, this place is under the control of the conglomerate rule. Magic is sanctioned only to those who are licensed, and anyone who casts arcane magic outside of that is considered a renegade, to be dealt with by the conglomerate in usually cruel means. One such agent of the conglomerate, young elf, well, young for an elf anyways, has joined up with another agent from the conglomerate named Bulwark, who is an undaunted, an artifact creature who has basically been constructed from wood and parts with the soul of a mortal being placed within it. These two are safeguarding an individual named Orator Malice Elaine, who is basically a voice for the conglomerate in this city. He is important to the degree that he speaks on behalf of the Magier, as the Magier in this city, Magier being a magical magistrate that serves the conglomerate. This city's Magier isn't very political or forward-facing. He doesn't like being seen by the public, and he doesn't like doing things out in the open. A bit more of a secretive individual. These two agents are safeguarding the Orator onto a canal boat, which is heading from the northern portion of the Citrine district of Osiria, marked in yellow, as the only thing you can see at current, down the canalway, down one of the Osirian rivers, over to the Ruby district, which is the red district on the side of the map, to meet with a representative from the kingdom of Ludos, one of the three kingdoms, to have discussion about what is to happen about this old guard rebellion that has been rising up in the Citrine district of the city. Another faction that exists inside the city is the Association of Talnut Ring, who is all about the peaceful safeguarding of knowledge and the people of the realm, and does everything in its power to maintain that balance so that people are not unduly oppressed. And the association doesn't like sending its own representatives to speak on their behalf because it seems arrogant to do so. So a representative of the Elven nations has arrived in the city to speak on behalf of the association. Her name is Five, and she has a retinue of her own. Two shield associates from the association have joined her. They've boarded the same canal boat and have met with Orator Malice Elaine aboard that ship. And lastly, the Old Guard, which has been mentioned just slightly there, is a resistance force that has risen up in the last 100 or so years that wishes to reclaim the greatness of Osirian's lineage. Basically, it's a very old city, a very proud city, and the nobility that have sworn fealty to this Old Guard are keen on making sure that the conglomerate doesn't continue to take the artifacts and relics of this great nation and this great city and send them outside of the city to other places to be sold to the highest bidder. One such rebel, young and aspirational half-elf named Davos, has mustered a group and has a plan to deal with the conglomerate, perhaps a bit more sternly. Five, you board the canal boat and head into it with your two associates, two shield associates. And you would met them briefly, and they've kind of led you to this point. One of them seems to be very large, very imposing, green-scaled dragonborn. He carries a very large great axe, and he's very quiet so far, as you can see. The other shield associate is a bit more conversational, and his name is Eiji. He comes from the eastern lands of Seiryu, and he too carries a pretty large axe. Strange not to see a shield amongst a group of shield associates, but he's basically, pretty talkative. Go ahead and describe your character to the group, and if you have anything you want to mention to these shield associates or anything you want to put forward, feel free to do so.
So, just physically describe, or?
Yeah.
So, she's an elf, about kind of small in stature, short black hair, red eyes, and scale mail, and circlet on her head.
Okay. Perfect. And the two of you kind of enter into the first car of this canal boat. Think of it more like a train that actually floats on the water than just a typical boat. It has sections, cars effectively, and you are in the lead car, the one right behind the locomotive of the steamboat. When you arrive there, they seat you so that you are kind of sat at a table, and Aiji sits kind of across the aisleway on the other side of the aisle from you, and the Dragonborn, whose name is escaping me for this second, Borgu, sits behind you, so that if anything were to happen to you, they could very quickly descend to protect you. After a fashion, Kelder, you arrive on the boat with Bulwark and Order Malice, and as he kind of steps forward, he mentions the thing I mentioned to you in secret, and then kind of boards onto the ship pretty quickly, entering into kind of the common populace of the craft. You see that Bulwark kind of nods in approval as to what he states, and Order Malice sees the representative, Phi, and you see this man approaching you. A portly gentleman. He kind of wears like a purplish scarf, half cloak. He's wearing blue attire. He appears to be using a battle axe as a walking stick, and he looks young in the face. He has a very plump-looking demeanor. And he has a bright smile on his face, and he nods his head as he moves to the seat across from you. And he says, "You are the representative from the Elven nations, is that right?"
Yes, that is correct.
Great. Not so much talking is necessary on the boat ride, unless you're willing to tell me your opinions on the matter of the Urgar. Otherwise, we can wait until we get to the Brewery District.
That sounds good to me.
Kelder, you feel that you would probably sit across from Eiji, across the aisleway, sitting basically in the same position, and then Bulwark would sit behind the Orator. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The boat sets way. Orator Malice kind of looks over to Kelder, and kind of looks to Phi, and he says, "So, I was rude before, and I apologize. I just want to know, what do you feel about the resistance? How do you feel about these treasonous lot who are trying to cause problems with the government?"
Well, I don't feel that it's too professional to talk about my feelings on the matter.
Oh, okay. Kind of just shrugs and kind of looks off to the side, twiddles his fingers awkwardly, just kind of put into an odd place. Scene cuts. Out on a lakefront, you have a group of individuals kind of readying up, strapping on their armor, preparing themselves. Davos, you're familiar with this group as you assembled them. Lewis, describe your character. describe what Davos looks like to. You're muted. Does he know he's muted?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I can't hear him.
Yeah, Discord is for is where we're using our voice.
Oh, he's using Zoom.
Push to talk, probably.
How about now?
That's what he says.
Alright. So, he's got kind of short hair, a little bit. It's kind of slicked back to the sides, green eyes. Just kind of facial stubble of a 5 o'clock shadow going on. He's a half elf. About 5'10", really lean build, and he doesn't smile a lot. But he's very intuitive. So, there's that.
Amongst your number, there's a half-orc who wields a warhammer and shield. You would know him as Mug Nohome. And a dwarf with a white beard, no hair on the top of his head, some tattoo kind of markings there. He wields a curved, just jagged-looking stone sword and a strange-looking shield. You would know him as a Colgar greatsword. And a woman with long blonde hair, kind of braided off to the side of her head. She wears an elvish cloak. And she wields a series of different ranged weapons. She has 2 hand crossbows set at her belt and a short bow on her back. As you're boarding the ship, you would note that she's preparing a special arrow with the short bow that has a line attached to the back of it. And as you guys prepare and start sailing off into the lake, you can see the canal boat moving up the way towards the lake. Alright, so your screen should change what you're seeing. Let me know if you're seeing all black or if you're actually seeing things.
I'm seeing all black.
Okay.
I'm seeing things.
Okay.
You think?
Alright, so who's this this lady back here in the red cloak? Is she associated with us?
So I'll explain here one moment. Just bear with me for a second. I just gotta fix his site. Save changes. Let's see.
Man, that dragonborn looks gnarly.
There we go.
You can see.
This is a dumb question.
Shoot.
On Zoom, make it so that I can see everyone's.
Oh, sure. If you enter into full screen,
Okay.
and then up at the top right, you'll see it says speaker view, or it should say, what does it say? There's 2 gray buttons at the top right. One says exit full screen, and the one to the left of that says something. You have to kind of,
Looks a little different.
gallery view is what you want to be in. That's what it's called. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it in full screen?
Yeah.
Okay. And then when you roll over the top of it, does it show like buttons in the top right corner?
No one. All I get when I go to the top is like an X.
Oh, no. Like, just inside of there, like, the way it's showing it right now, does it show, like, everybody on the right side and, like, one person in the middle?
Yep. And then I have like a little me in the corner. So.
Okay. If you go to, like, if you scroll over the top just beneath that X, like, it's still inside the dock, or the program, there should be a button that says speaker view, or gallery view, rather.
And is this for the browser version or the app version?
Browser version. Are you in the app version?
The browser version.
Oh, sorry. I said the wrong thing. I'm in the app version.
Okay, here, let me see if it'll let me just get into the app here.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. If you need to fix that. But I'll deal with other people's questions real quick. Chad Houston, you had asked a question about people who are in the car besides you. I'll go ahead and explain who's available to be seen here. At the far front, which is the leftmost side of the car, there are two individuals in hoods, but they look like they're more for warmth than anything, as it's kind of the end of or the beginning of winter at this time. They look like they are probably just traveling merchant types. They're probably heading over to the Green District for work purposes. They've kept a wide berth from your group and actually boarded a after you. The woman in the black cloak, just a few spots behind you, she does appear to be kind of nervously looking around. If you'd like to make a wisdom insight check to determine what's going on with her, feel free to do so. And the man at the far end of the car, Chris Edwards, could you do me a favor and just tell me what your character is doing at this moment?
I'm just sitting there looking at the candle in front of me, not really doing a whole lot.
Seems to be a passenger heading in the same direction you chose. Alright, and then, yeah, the big green dragonborn is very massive, to be sure. Oh no. There's two of you. Yeah. Oh man. How did that work?
Yeah, I saw that too.
What's happening?
Hold on a second.
We're letting down our 4 viewers, man.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna end the meeting. Alright? Terminate the meeting. Right after Stephanie gets her self fixed on the app. Or maybe not. Hold on, let's see. Did it fix it? No, it killed it. Hold on. Okay, I've terminated the meeting. Alright. I'm going to start the meeting again. Alright. So rejoin the meeting. Thanks, viewers. This is our first session with these new players, so we're just getting all the technical stuff sorted here. Yep. Okay. Chat.
Yep.
Just making sure you're still there.
Do we have a new meeting ID? 'Cause
Yeah, it's in the Discord link. And also Roll20.
just next time we play, I'll use a different computer because my work computer doesn't like the app.
Okay.
Alright, the only problem now is everybody's stuff is all switched around.
Oh no, I'll fix it once she loads in.
Okay.
Then I'll have everybody in squares and I can just pull them all around. Doesn't take more than a couple of seconds.
Okay, she's fun.
Perfect. Alright, should be fixed. And Stephanie, if you don't want to mess with it, that's fine. I'm perfectly okay with that. As long as you can hear us, and if you want to try and like load up Twitch to see us, it'll be 10-second delay, but at least you can see our ugly faces. That said, Davos, and your group, the boat does pull alongside the locomotive portion of the ship, and you are already aware that the ticket master of the craft has basically been paid off by your contingent. So he knows that you're going to roll up alongside and jump onto the coal segment of the ship, and then enter into the cars as you please. I would like for Chad and Stephanie to make, and also Chris, since you're on that first car, to make wisdom perception checks.
Yep, getting all the bad rolls out of the way.
I had trouble with the dice when I tried practicing. What exactly?
So if you click open your character sheet, and then you click on the word perception on your skill list, it should auto roll it into the chat.
Okay.
Perfect. So Fi and Copperhead, you both see kind of along the whatever the nautical term for right side of the boat. I think we might. But is it starboard or port? I always forget.
Starboard.
Okay.
Starboard, because the way you remember it is left is 4 letters, port is 4 letters.
So that one, starboard side of the ship, you see a smaller craft approaching, kind of leading towards the front of the ship. Very peculiar. All right, Davos, you and your group kind of post up there. You watch as Kolgar and Kolgar gets off the ship onto the coal and moving towards the car. You would know too that your group is prepared to split at this point, and Muggs takes the orders.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm hopping on.
Yep. Should be able to move your token onto it. Alright. Now, basically, the far right side is where the far left side of the car will actually appear for you guys. So, that said, Fi or Copperhead, do you want to make any ruckus or any kind of situation about what you've seen, or just kind of keep it to yourself?
I think I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I'm kind of just looking over my shoulder, kind of curious at this point.
Okay. Lewis, you would also be getting off of the ship as well and moving towards the car. Davos, since you're in charge, who would you like to go first of your group into the car?
This extra guy is part of the group. Does he have like any abilities that we're able to use, or you just kind of?
So you would know
cannon fodder?
he's a dwarven fighter type. He's got a shield and kind of a short sword that looks very gnarly. It's like it's made out of stone. And then the other person that's with you is Lewis's character, who's the very tall barbarian-looking fellow.
We'll have the dwarf going first. I feel like it's going to be kind of close quarters. Might be able to move around better.
Okay. All right. So those of you that are in the first car, you watch as the door opens up and in walks a dwarf, kind of stepping off to the right side of it as he enters in. He doesn't have his weapon drawn, but he does have a shield up, and the sound of the door opening kind of breaks the silence that was kind of present already and makes it feel even more kind of like a lingering silence. Chad, your character, immediately looks over his shoulder and notices that someone has entered the boat mid-trip.
Keller immediately stands up and stands in the middle of the aisle, looking at him.
Okay.
He doesn't say anything, but he's definitely like making him aware that he knows that he's here.
Okay. Are you following behind Lewis?
Yeah, I'll be going in.
Okay. I'm gonna move you guys
Will I
off
be able to see
of your map into the map on the other side. So bear with me here. If you scroll down a little bit, you should be able to see yourselves on the other map. Do you see yourselves there? Just down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a whole group of people are boarding now, Chad.
Okay, so Kelder glances at Bulwark and motions for him to come with him. And he approaches this group of people entering the train.
Okay, stop there. So Davos, you would recognize that the elf that's approaching you, and the now slowly falling after, Undaunted.
I would like to state for the record that Kelder's smiling. He appears like his demeanor is very friendly, like non-threatening.
Okay. So as I was saying, these people are approaching your group, Davos, but are very clearly, I assume, with your kind of idea, perception, what you're thinking you're going to run afoul of. These two individuals appear to be the guardians of the Orator, the defenders of him, and they're approaching you. They don't have weapons drawn. And Lewis, do you have your weapon drawn or no? Colgard does not.
Boris will put his hand on it and starts with
Chad, Kelder sees the weapon, the handcode of the weapon. He doesn't draw it, but definitely is reaching.
Kelder smiles and sort of waves his hand. He says, "There's no need for that. Please stay your business. We have very sensitive conglomerate matters to attend to, and I would hate for you guys to interfere."
I'd like your friend to come with me for a little while.
I'm afraid I can't let that happen.
The dwarf says, "Surrender the Orator," and then draws his weapon.
I cast Leap.
Okay. While that's happening, Ichi leans over the aisleway to Vi and says, "Lady, should we move to the back of the car, or are we going to assist the conglomerate here?"
I feel like they. Sorry, I had to think about that.
No worries.
I'll hold off for now. I'll go to the back and kind of watch from afar.
Okay. So you see behind you, as you're casting the spell, the Tal'Amri people are kind of backing away. Ichi and Margot will basically form a wall in front of you. So if you want to stand behind them, you can move your token to do so. While that's happening, Chad, you're in ruler mode. Switch to the little arrow at the top left there, and you'll be able to pick up your token. It's okay. So Chad, go ahead and roll your sleep dice. Okay.
Hold on a second. Is that 17 plus 7?
No. You cast it at second level. Yes, it would be a total of 24.
So a total of 24
hit points.
Oh, that's pathetic.
Well, it is enough to make Colgar pass out. So Lewis, you watch as Colgar is affected by some enchantment and is basically knocked unconscious. He is now asleep. That said, obviously conflict has arisen. Brother
And then
versus...
after the dwarf passes out, he says, please, there's no need for any of this.
Real quick, so I'm going to look at you, Merv. He just cast a spell upon your fellow here, and is trying to detain you from your purpose. What would you command your people to do?
Give me 1 second. I'm considering.
Okay. definitely a lot of options, and you're basically in a new pair of shoes. I get it. No rush. Just check in with Chris here real quick. Is there anything you're doing while this is happening?
Yeah, I'd stand up and towards the front of the car, like try to get in front of the Dragonborn and the other guy there.
The Dragonborn and AEG, the gentleman with the axe, they kind of look at you like they're not going to let you pass, and the Dragonborn will interject in between you and Lady Fire.
Mind if I get past you here? Seems like there's some commotion up to the front of the boat.
Looks to Lady Fire.
And I'll step aside.
Okay. Yeah, they let you pass. As you're walking towards the front of the car,
I'll stop
you'll
about there and just.
Okay. You'll note that the orator isn't paying attention to the back of the car. He's kind of like wheeled around his chair, looking at the conflict at the front to see how his two deal with it. He also has his hand on his axe, like he's ready to help if needed, but he hasn't gotten up from his chair yet. Key point of that is his back is to you. All right, so Colgar's asleep, and back to Murph. You're muted again. I heard you beep, and then you disconnected. Okay, you back? Does he have Discord on push to talk?
I believe so, but I think it's so. Basically, Murphy, with push to talk, you gotta hold the button down to talk.
Yeah, you hold it. Technical difficulties always on the first session. Louis, you're leaning out of frame. There's your smiling face. Say something, Mark. He's lighting
It
up.
looks like he's got his mic on, but we can't hear him.
Yeah, it's real weird. Try again. No, that's real weird.
Maybe check and make sure, because I know the computer does it occasionally. Check and make sure it's taking the feed from the right source.
Oh yeah, click on the cog at the bottom there. And voice and video under app settings, and then change the input device to whatever your microphone's called. Technical difficulty. What's that? Okay. Let's process that later. Episode 1, technical difficulties.
Broken camera, broken mic.
This always happens. It's okay. Oh yeah.
There's quite a few.
There was an episode where we recorded just my voice and nobody else's, and so that episode was exciting. Just me talking and waiting for like nothing to happen and reacting off of nothing.
This is my work computer because it's a lot newer than my actual computer. I was hoping there wouldn't be any issues.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
It was working. I don't know. It just stopped working on me for whatever reason. So what's the range on suggestion?
Suggestion range is 30 feet, which he is within.
The orator is?
The orator is not, no. The elf is, and if you step forward into Kolgar's space, the Undaunted would be as well. But you can only use it on that
Gotcha.
target.
Yeah.
I can get closer and I can rip things next.
Yeah, if you want your group to move forward, then just let him, well, if you want part of your group to move forward, then just let him know. But I guess the question at this point is are you going to be hostile and try to cast a spell, or are you going to do what he says and yield?
Alright. I'll just state we just have a desire to speak with the orator privately without supervision, so if you could hand him over, we won't use any sort of violence.
Okay.
Killer smiles and says, "You'll have to call our secretary, and we'll see if we can put you on the schedule."
You would notice. Sorry, Davos. You would notice that the boat that your group is sailing by, kind of waiting for the signal.
Can I? Does that a free action?
Yeah, you can just give the signal.
All right. I give the signal.
All right. At that moment, Chad, Keldor hears a loud thud and then crack sound as an arrow splinters through the wall just behind you, and you see that the head of it splinters into 3 parts and slams into the wall like a grapple. You then see the boat outside suspend itself, and you see a human woman in a kind of green cloak kind of pull out 2 hand crossbows and point them in through the window at you and at Bulwark.
I'm sorry, could you ping on the map where this I guess, anchor arrow went?
It would be here.
Okay, and can I see, is the window open, or is there, glass pane there?
There's glass.
Okay. Okay, can I see that there's a rope attached to the anchor arrow on the other side?
It doesn't appear to be rope, it appears to be a cable.
Okay.
Am I still up to be able to do anything, or?
So if you're wanting to initiate combat, if you're trying to cast suggestion, I'll have an initiative roll. If not, if you're still wanting to talk to the elf that's trying to basically tell you to talk to somebody on the customer care line, then you can go that route if you want. But
Gotcha. Well, it turns out that Keldor found this joke so funny that he is preoccupied by a vicious bit. What's the word I'm looking for? Basically, what's that spell? Damn, I'm ruining
Josh's
this.
hideous laughter?
Yes, while he's distracted by the anchor, I would like to try to cast that.
okay. Yeah, he does. He did say he spent a bit of time on it, so I'll allow a surprise. Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw, Keldor.
So that doesn't count as a charming effect, does it?
I believe it doesn't charm. Actually, can't click the spell for me, for Tasha's.
All right.
No. For the purposes of your elvish defense.
So, you said you need me to do a...
Well, not you. Your brother needs to roll a
What's the DC?
wisdom saving throw, and the DC is he has a +4 charisma, 2 proficiency bonus, so 14. Success. So you watch as the spell is cast, and you kind of crush the tarts and feather and move them around as you basically reply in kind. But the elf seems to kind of steel himself as the spell is cast. At that moment,
Yeah.
every single party needs a roll initiative.
Yeah, he feels the effects of the spell, and he resists them, and then he just sort of narrows his eyes, he's very disappointed.
I forgot I took the alert. Just don't be quite +8.
else, by the way.
So between the two of us, Horace and myself, who goes first?
Your dexterity modifier is a +3, and Horace is a +3, so just drop a 20-sided dice. New people, select your token and make sure it has like your selection on it, okay? And then go to your character sheet, and at the very top middle, it should say initiative. Click that, and so long as your token was selected, it'll roll the initiative onto the table, and it'll add your token to the initiative board.
Or
Yeah, you're on there.
Where do I get the? So I have it selected. Open up my character sheet.
Yeah, and at the very top middle of your
Initiative.
There you go. To keep this simple, Fi, your retinue will act on your initiative and will do as you command. Chad, you will act on your initiative, and Bulwark and the Orator will act as well, but Bulwark will act on the Orator's command. Copperhead, you're solo, so you do what you want. Live your best life. And Davos, your retinue, Polgar, and the other two outside will act on your command. Lewis, you go on your own initiative, but of course, yield to Davos. Any questions on that?
Nope.
Okay, first up is 5. This commoner is very just next to you guys, is very just paranoid, looking at you, like confused, especially spending a lot of time staring at the Dragonborn. And just seems to be a very strange situation arising here. A lot of spell casting going on up in front of the car.
can I move her to the back so she's not?
The commoner?
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of, she definitely goes with you, and you lead her to the back of the car, and she kind of moves away.
And then, do I get anything else?
That's basically just free action. You said, please move to the back of the car. She's like, yeah, and then moves away. So then you can take your whole turn. You can move up to your speed, and then you can take an action, which can be either spell casting. If you want to kind of defend yourself, you can take the dodge action. If you want to move faster, but I don't think that's something that's going to come up here, you can take the dash action. If you were in a hostile situation, you wanted to be out of it, you can take the disengage action. But basically at this point, it is really, do you want to enter what's going on here, or do you want to just stay as a neutral party?
I'll continue to watch until we're like.
Okay. You can also ready an action. So like if something happens, a trigger that you declare, you can do a thing. So like if you say, if someone approaches our group hostilely, I cast Toll the Dead on them, or something like that.
What is that? Is that like just?
Let's do your attack spell. It's,
Oh, I know that, but what do you mean? Like, would I?
basically,
Why would I do that?
well, if you ready an action, you basically are preparing yourself. If something happens, then you're going to do a thing. So like if someone comes up on you and tries to be hostile, then you basically would interrupt them and do what you were ready to do.
So kind of like preemptively getting ready to do something.
That's right. That action is called the ready action. And basically, it allows you to take a single action of your choice as a reaction, but it has to be keyed off of a specific trigger.
Okay.
Okay.
Horace is going to go before me.
Yes, he did roll higher than you. That's correct. All right. Okay, so Fi, you're set, right?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Davos, on your initiative, I'm going to give you an option for another action you can't take. As an action, you can shoulder Kolgar to wake him up, if you'd like. The sleep spell can be interrupted by an action that readies your sleeping party.
Gotcha. Let's do that. Let's go and do that.
Okay. So Kolgar is awakened. He's still prone on the ground, like laying there, kind of wiping a bit of drool off of his face as he gets, aroused, and kind of looks at you with an embarrassed, almost blushing cheeks kind of face. All right. Do you have any movement that you want to take, or are you staying outside of the car where you're at? Got a bunch of meat in front of you. I wouldn't suggest stepping too far forward. that's Lewis. Yeah, Lewis is the meat.
Let's see.
You can't take another action. You can just move.
Okay.
But I don't think you want to move unless you're moving back to the coal car, which doesn't.
No, I'll stay where I'm at.
Okay. Kelder, it appears that... Oh, sorry. On that initiative as well, Kelder gets up, and it looks like you can see the crossbow woman outside basically readying herself. It looks like she's readying an action. You don't know what her trigger is, but you assume it is you try to fight.
Okay, is it my turn?
It is.
It should be Horus's turn.
Apologies. Horus, you're up.
Let his hammer dangle loosely. Just go. And this is why I get paid the way I do. But also, this is just gonna be fun. And he's gonna rage and come and try and swing him Shad.
All right. You move in with the hammer blows, killing Merc's brother.
As soon as he moves within 5 feet of me, I use my reaction to cast Repulse.
Okay. Drop the spell. Lewis, I believe a strength saving throw is in your future. Yep, make a strength saving throw.
What is my DC?
It's a failure, regardless. You're pushed back 15 feet, and you take 3d6 force damage. You can still move, but you are thrown back. You moved 15 feet, then you're pushed back 15 feet. You have to move 15 feet. 10, 15, 15, 5, 10, 15. Basically, you can still get swell at this distance.
Yeah, I'm gonna just. Oh, would it be half damage because I'm raging?
It's
It's
force
force
damage.
damage. So yeah, it would be half because he's totem there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You're like, this changes everything. Just throw the sword out. I'm out.
It's like the only instance of resistance to force damage in the whole fucking game.
It really is. One of them. But yeah, he comes up into you after being thrown back against the wall. He still charges forward with hatred, swings his hammer so widely and obviously he managed to just duck out of the way. It kind of clips against the chair behind him as he swings it out wide and takes a portion of the edge of the chair away as you duck under the blow and the scattering debris.
It's fun.
On your initiative, Kelder, what would you like to do?
Can I draw my weapon as part of activating my blaze song?
Yes.
Okay, so I bonus action, activate my blade song, and use my main action to cast Hold Person on this raging ruffian.
Okay. Make your wisdom saving throw, and as you watch across the car there, you see the blonde-headed elf pull out an elvish thin blade and kind of let out a small, like, elvish piece of poetry. You recognize it immediately. This person appears to be a member of the Choir of the Blade, which is a very specified sect of elves that use magic, song, and sword all in unison to kind of operate within the world and be amazing combatants. They're known as blade singers or blade minstrels. Alright, that's a bonus action to activate, is it not?
Yep, it's a bonus action. So that was my bonus action.
That
My
works.
main action is
And then wisdom saving throw from
person. Yeah.
Lewis and
Bonus 7.
that fit. Okay, you see as he kind of swings the hammer out wide and you kind of spin around, sing your song, and like the arcane kind of flows out from you. You say your words and make your gesture, and he almost has trouble kind of standing, but he kind of teeters, but he seems to be completely held like almost like a penguin, just kind of toppling there on the waterway in front of you, or on the boat deck in front of you. All right. Also on that initiative, Bulwark will step forward in.
Hold on, I was gonna move as well.
Okay, go ahead.
And yeah, I'm going to. Well, actually, no. Yeah, I'm gonna hold the line if Bulwark's coming up to help me. Yeah, I'll just stay.
Bulwark stands over the dwarf, puts his blade down at the dwarf's neck, and then looks to Davos. Renegade, surrender yourself. And as he's moving, you hear the glass break behind, and you see 2 crossbow bolts slam into the chamber. Your AC right now is what, Chad?
17.
Okay, that'll still hit. Take 5 points of damage.
What did you hit with?
Cam crossbow. The girl outside shooting you.
Yeah, I'm just trying to decide if I want to burn a spell slot to use shield.
Okay. It's a lot of spell slots so far.
Yeah, hold on a second.
Chris is nodding his head. Yeah, it is.
And how many points of damage you say it was?
Did I say 5? 5, yeah.
Okay, I'll take it.
Alright, a crossbow bolt kind of skitters across your shoulder, and you see one plunge into a bulwark's back. It does quite a bit more damage to him. He actually starts kind of leaking a bit of like bright red fluid, which you would know is the vitae that powers him, but still stands over the dwarf, looking over his shoulder angrily, and still says his ultimatum to Davos. It looks like the orator is kind of focused in the situation, stands up in the aisleway and has his axe drawn like he's prepared to fight, but he's not moving in yet. But again, his back is still to you, Copperhead, when it goes to your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna run up behind him, pull out both my daggers, and I'm gonna take a swing into his back.
Okay. Alright, so you are basically hidden from him, so you have advantage. You can go ahead and deal sneak attack damage if you'd like. You basically stab him in the back with both daggers, and he just slumps to the ground, his axe like flicking out from under his weight, slamming underneath one of the chairs there. You watch as the person who is going to these talks with you get pretty much just eviscerated by this stranger, and everyone else at the front of the ship also sees that happen.
Alright, and I still have some movement left, so how big are the windows?
About 5 feet wide and about 5 feet high. They start about 2 feet off the ground.
So could I jump up on the table and then like through the glass into the water?
Into the water or onto that boat out there, yeah.
Let's go to the boat.
Okay. Make an acrobatics check.
This is my boat.
Mm-hmm.
Good to go. Could work with this guy.
You hit the boat, then you kind of land on it, but you fall prone onto it, so you are technically at a bit of a disadvantage. Okay. Alright, that's the first initiative. Already a dead guy. 5.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I'm thinking.
We pick up hot real quick, early on. Just drama. Who knows what's happening?
That kind of ruins what I was thinking of doing.
Thanks, Chris Edwards. Some random guy who just murdered a dude.
Can I see them on the boat from
Yeah.
where I am? Okay. Is that? I don't know. Can I move just a little bit closer to like a?
Yeah. Also, this guy who just got like cut down, he's dying, not dead. So.
Oh, okay. It sounded like you said he was just done for. So. Actually.
Typically with NPCs, that is the case if it reduces their hit points. But again, they'll have the same kind of statistics, dying wise, as everybody else since it's a named NPC.
Okay.
If you
More
want,
on that.
let's see, can you move 30? Yeah, you could get over to him and apply healing.
Yeah, I think I am gonna go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Let's see. Right.
So you would cast the spell Cure Wounds, go to your spells section, and then you'll just click
Yeah,
on
I'm not sure.
Oh,
Or the one below it. I wasn't sure which one it was.
okay. Do you have Spare the Dying as a spell? Yeah,
Yes.
cast Spare the Dying. He doesn't get healed any, he stays unconscious, but he's not bleeding out. You want to do that? Okay, perfect. So yeah, he's stabilized. Right? Cool. He's not conscious though. And then in response to your movement, these two will move here and here. And your view, as you kind of lay on the boat, Copperhead, as you look back into the broken window, you see the cleric kind of, her holy symbol kind of glow kind of bright green, and you can kind of understand what's happening. All your work is being undone.
Son of a...
And just as you see that happen, you see a very large green form stand in between you and the cleric. And he's kind of looking out at you with his beady yellow eyes. Like,
This dragonborn is my new best friend.
Alright, that's Phi's turn. Davos, looks like you're in a pretty bit of a predicament, but you still have fighting capability.
So, give me 1 second. Trying to see if I can formulate something.
Okay.
How long does invisibility last?
I believe it's an hour if you can maintain concentration on it.
Gotcha. Well, the situation looks a little
Yeah, if you feel that way.
grim. It doesn't really look like getting between. Yeah, we're winning. We have this new guy. Can I move back to the boat in one turn?
Well, the boat.
Can I order a retreat?
The boat is now outside on the side of the car, so you can go to the coal deck or the coal car, but the boat isn't there, and it would have to catch up to get there. If you wanted to exit onto the boat, you could either go through this window or this window, which is already broken, and jump out onto it, just like the strange blonde-headed man did. But if you're turning invisible, you could walk over there and kind of make yourself get into that position without anybody seeing you. Is that what you want to do?
Well, I'm gonna help. I'm not gonna bail on Lewis like that. So let's try Tasha's hideous laughter again
On the elf?
On Kelder.
All right. Wisdom saving throw, Chad.
Fuck.
Do I need to click on it? Click on the spell?
We know
to
it.
pop up.
We know what it does. And we also
Okay.
know the DC. He just needs to click his wisdom saving throw.
What was the DC again?
14.
Fuck.
All right.
Does that drop concentration on top person?
No, it does not. I don't believe it does.
And we don't have inspiration, do we?
No, nobody's got it. Tasha's hideous laughter. Becoming incapacitated. Yeah, that would actually deflect concentration. So the whole person would be dropped. Okay. And Lewis, before you go, Colgar will
Well,
also.
let's turn around real quick.
Yeah, one spell. Colgar sees the sword kind of pointed at his neck, and then as the spell kind of drops, Bulwark turns aside to look to see what's happening. You watch as Colgar's big, meaty dwarf hand reaches up and grabs Bulwark's wrist, pulls the sword down into the boat's floorboard, and then you see the stone sword come out of nowhere and just start stabbing into the side of Bulwark. Parts of him start flying off of him and hitting the ground near him, and then eventually the Undaunted lays motionless on top of the dwarf. Alright. Oris. You're standing over.
Have you just killed Arlo?
How heavy is Kelder?
I mean, hard to say.
Because if I
Oh.
tried to grab this window,
I apologize, I forgot something here. The guy who's rowing, Chris Edwards, he kind of like lets go of the oars and locks them into place, stands up, and kind of moves like over top of you. You notice that the two hand crossbows have moved down to position down at you, and she says, "We're taking him alive. You try to kill him like that again, and I'll put two in. Do you understand?"
Yeah.
Okay. The orc jumps over top of you, lands in the window on top of the table, and stands off against the dragonborn. And he says immediately, "Hey, man, we ain't got no quarrel with you. Let us have the orcs, right? We on our way." Alright, and you are snapped out of your holding. And,
So Kelder plus his gear weighs about 250 pounds.
Because he's laughing. It'd be
but
it's hard to
but-
mental.
I would say that because Tasha's hideous laughter is breakable because of like motion or jostling, doing so, creating a grapple with him would end the effect.
Okay, I'll just smash him in the face with a hammer then.
At the end of each of his turns, and each time it takes damage,
Yep.
the target can make another wisdom.
Alright, go ahead and
Damage if it's triggered by damage.
make an attack. You have advantage. 16 does not hit his armor class.
Yep.
And so as he's laughing, he kind of looks up and goes, dodge, boom, slams next to him. Just laughing at you and out back.
It's like Jackie Chan drunken master.
Alright, Kelder, so your turn will basically go by uneventfully because you're laughing during it. At the end of your turn, you'll be able to make a wisdom saving throw to regain yourself.
Alright, here we go.
Nailed it. The laughing stops, and as the hammer kind of pulls away from the floorboards next to him, he kind of like switches from laughing to like, really? Dick move, trying to attack somebody while they're down. Copperhead, you're on the boat. Your two crossbows pointed at you. She says you're either helping us detain him or you die, is what she basically said.
What was that? I had a bit of lag there.
Yeah. I said, your two crossbows pointed at you, and you were basically giving the ultimatum: you help us detain him without killing him, or you die. What's your choice?
Right, all right.
So I'll stand up and I guess go to the front of their boat, see if I can see in through one of the windows there.
Yeah, you can. You can see the back of the elf.
To pull out my short bow and take a shot at him.
Okay. You had your daggers out. Did you leave them at the bottom of the boat and then draw your short bow then? You just drop them?
I'd assumed that I just like stuck my knives in the back and then just let go and darted.
They're still in it. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Got it. So then, yeah, you pull your short bow.
yeah, that's how I was picturing it.
Yeah, you got your short bow then. Take a shot.
Okay.
He is prone. No, does Tasha's hideous laughter knock you prone? No, it just incapacitates. Okay. No, they do fall prone. Yep. So you'll have disadvantage with the shot. It hits the window and breaks it, but the arrow doesn't go much further past that. All right. Fi, interesting situation here. The half-orc has stated that they don't have any quarrel with you. They just want the orator. You are currently the only defense line against these people from taking him. The elf looks like he's currently outnumbered, and the undaunted that's on that team is pretty much dying out over by the dwarf, or on top of the dwarf. What would you like to do?
So, sorry, just to be clear, are they're outlined in red? Are they on the same team?
Yeah, so the ones that are in red are, except for they're either commoners or they're the conglomerate. So the people who are kind of like off to the borderlines, the ones in hoods, they're just commoners. They're not involved in the fighting. The guy who has a red X over him, the guy who's standing next to you who you destabilized, and Chad's character are one. And then the two gray ones are your team. And then the ones in the light blue coloring, and if it's Murph or Lewis, then it's the whole guard. Make sense?
Yeah.
It's a bit of a cluster. I can't keep that secret. Possibly by design.
Yeah, we currently have like what, 3 factions duking it out?
Yes, exactly 3 factions. 4 factions if you count. Random guy who came out of nowhere and is stabbing people.
Yeah, Copperhead's not with anybody, is he?
Doesn't seem to be.
I see. And will the Dragonborn that I'm with and then the other guy
They'll do whatever
do
you tell them
anything
to.
if Huh?
They'll do whatever you tell them to.
Okay, because I'm inclined to want to attack the I'm not sure if that's
The orc?
The old guard? Yeah.
okay. So I mean, I guess I'll give it a shot. I'll just go ahead and cast Hold the Dead on him.
Okay. And so you'll just click the spell. And
Hold on. There we go.
right. So he will fail his wisdom saving throw. He has yet to take damage, so he'll just take 1d8 necrotic damage. I'll set up those macros so they work that way in the future, but for the meantime, on the left side, you see the little toolbar there? Do you see it?
Sorry.
It's okay. If you click on the d20, it should bring up options for you to roll dice. Just roll a d8. Perfect. You see kind of a necrotic green bell appear above him and clang, and it seems to kind of cause him to be pulsed with this negative energy. As you basically trigger the attack, you see that both EG and Fargo kind of turn on this guy and bring both of their axes upon him in kind of a scissoring effect, and they cut him straight down to the ground. He's not cut in half or anything, nothing too horrendous, but they basically bloody him down. Yep. Cool deal.
That's pretty much all I can do for this thing.
Okay. All right, Davos. It goes to your squad. It looks like the elf and her contingent are joining the defense of the conglomerate orator. What would you like to do?
Gotcha. I'm gonna move closer to. I'm gonna move.
Just a quick note too. Possibly while you were away or something, but Chad did break the spell at the end of this turn. So. Okay.
Yep. Okay. So if I want to move in, is it just left click or right click and then left?
If you pick it up and just move the token, you should be able to
Okay.
move it aside. And then if you're holding it and right click somewhere, it'll kind of show where you're mapping, but you don't need to do that.
Alright, when he moves there, can I still cast Repulse even though I'm prone?
Yeah, I suppose that's fine.
Okay, I want to cast Repulse with the intent of blowing him out the window.
It's only when he moves into this, it'll be this first square, so no. You're backing him away, not towards you. Murph, go ahead and make a strength saving throw. Chad, roll 3d6.
Click on strength, right?
It should be the strength saving throw section, yeah.
Where is this?
Top left, and then just like one tab over, it should say saving throws.
So I can't like choose like if he moves.
It's always just away from you.
Well, I mean, but if he moves if he moves through like multiple squares that are
It's
within
when they
range of
first
me,
enter range. It's not when they're If they're already in range, you can't repulse. If you read it correctly,
Okay.
it says when they move into the range.
Okay, I just wanted to, make sure. Either way, I'm still gonna cast it.
This is the top left on the character sheet.
So yeah, up in the top left of the character sheet there, you see where it says like the strength bonuses, and then to the right of that, there's like a small little box beneath proficiency bonus that says saving throws. Do you see it?
Yes. I
You'll just
think.
click the
You said, yeah, okay.
You click the strength one. Okay, so you're flung back 15 feet. I will say that you're able to knock into Kolgar though, and kind of cause him to flail back that way. So you're thrown
Hold
back
on a second.
15 feet after moving
Alright.
15 feet.
Mm-hmm. Did this lady just change?
What lady? No.
Oh, I must not have recognized her at all.
It's okay. You take 11 points of damage from that
Jesus.
spell.
Good to go.
Okay. And then,
I mean, despite the fact that everybody keeps saving against my shit, I'm doing okay.
Do I need to... Does that get changed automatically? Do I need to change that?
yeah, so if you select your token, it should say 24. If you click that and then press minus 11, it should do the math on it. Minus 11, then enter. Let's see.
What is it? There you go.
There you go. You can still move 15 more feet,
Okay.
and you can still use your action. But it seems that the elf is live.
The elf is... What now?
He's the one who cast a spell against you before you back.
Gotcha. How many times can he cast that?
I don't know. You don't know.
Yeah, I suppose.
I will say this, that you only get one reaction.
Yeah. You would know that you wouldn't be able to do it again.
You said I can move 15 more feet?
Yeah, you can move right back to the same spot.
Okay. And then am I able to attack him at that time?
And
Okay.
he's prone, so you'd have advantage on your attack. Chad, I think you're learning a lesson. If you're gonna make a line, do it 5 more feet back, so repulse causes them to kind of create a.
Alright.
They
I'm
move
going
20,
to
throw it
attack.
back 15. They can only move 10. They've got 5 feet on. Wing.
So if I'm going to attack with my... Oh, wait. Do I need to pull my...
Yeah.
Don't I?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can draw your weapon. It's not an action to do so. It's part of the action. And then you're gonna stab with your short sword.
Is that not a nice move?
It's fine. Yeah. Go ahead and click on. Sorry, I said it with a. I didn't mean to do that. Go ahead and click on. It'll be on the front page core, and if you click on short sword in the middle, it should attack it.
You know what? I'm gonna use my bard skills instead. I'm gonna make a suggestion to him while Oros and myself are standing over top of him, and he's on his back.
Okay. What's the suggestion?
Just to stay put, don't do anything, and he'll make it out of this alive.
Okay. So wisdom saving throw from you, Chad, or you're gonna want to stay there.
Says creatures that can't be charmed are immune to this effect,
Okay.
but that's not how the elvish stuff works. So do I have advantage?
So I would say so. Yeah.
Okay, and it's a wisdom saving throw DC 14.
Hello, buddy.
Yes. Success. So he does not seem to commit to the suggestion. All right.
In
Also,
response, Kelder says, I suggest you stand down.
you hear a loud thud, a kind of a splatty kind of thud, as Bulwark is thrown off of the dwarf. The dwarf uses half of its speed to get up, and then moves 10 feet over, and then kind of standing in between the two that are on top of you, as you say your witty thing, I suggest you stand down. He says, I suggest you fucking die. I suggest... You can't get in there to do it, but that's what he says. The woman with the crossbow kind of steps to the middle, looks in at the Dragonborn, says, last chance. Elvish lady, stand down or we'll kill all of you. She's ready in action, it appears. Horse kind of bleeding on the deck there. Her threat doesn't seem to have too much weight. Anyway, the turn goes to Oris. At current, the elf cleric Lewis seems to be her and her group seem to be the largest threat. The elf has been kind of annoying, but he hasn't really wounded anybody yet.
And he can hit me because he knows his reaction. So
That's
I'm
awesome.
going straight for the orator.
All right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay.
And I'm going to place my hammer next to his skull and basically say, "Alright, so if anyone moves or comes near me, I kill him. Am I understood?"
That the look on the girl with the crossbow's face was like dour, like, oh, this isn't very good. This isn't very good at all. And then Oris shows up and she's like, yeah, what I said. You better surrender. I wasn't kidding. All right, so
And
you're
I'm
ready in
gonna hold my
action
action.
to bash him if somebody tries to do something, right?
Not hit whoever's near me. I'm basically playing a fake out game.
Whoever basically instigates the fight, you're gonna bash the person closest to you. Got it.
Yeah. But I'm going to pretend as if I'm going to kill him.
Got it. Make a charisma deception check, and Stephanie, make a wisdom insight check. So just insight.
It's insight.
Yep.
Big oof.
Sorry, I left my mouse at work, so I'm kind of slow here.
Oh, you're using the trackpad. That
Yeah.
sucks.
It go? Where is it?
It's it's under skills. It should be, they're alphabetical.
I clicked it. I heard it go whoop or something. but
Oh. Yeah, it's not showing up on our side. There it is.
There it is.
So Stephanie, you know he's lying. He's bluffing. He doesn't want to kill the orator. It seems that his end game is to take the orator, just like the woman outside said. And remember, everybody, speaking is a free action. So, yeah, Kelder.
I stand up, attack action, draw my short sword, attack the half elf, and then bonus action, attack with my rapier, depending on.
Okay, real quick, let me check something. Which lasts for one. It ends early if you are incapacitated. So your blade song is not active because you were Tasha's. Tasha's incapacitated.
Okay.
Yeah, Tasha's incapacitated. So just letting you know, one of your uses of blade song is expended and it's still not active. It's not active. So
Okay, that's fine.
I don't want to. I don't want you to think you're Super Saiyan as you jump into fighting and you not be.
No, that's fine. I understand. So my first attack is going to be with my.
Are you gonna hit your brother?
Throwing it as part of my attack action.
Yes, he's gonna hit me.
Oh my god.
Because he can't do it in real life.
Oh my god. You're gonna kill your brother in his first game of D&D. What a bully.
Oh, I was thinking that, I was like, oh, the first person he's going to, like, the first creature he's ever going to kill in D&D is going to be.
It's gonna be Chad.
I try to get you to hang out and not do anything.
Yeah. You just kept
So
resisting
anyways,
his suggestions.
here's my attack with the short sword against you.
Oh,
Terrible. Bonus action, rapier. Wow, okay.
That dodge that?
so
I'm
as
assuming your AC is higher than 9.
as he stands up, Davos very quickly realizes that he's coming in for attacks. So you kind of gesture with your short sword and kind of tap away his short sword. And as he does so, you realize that it's just basically a distraction attack. And he's really trying to get the rapier in. So you kind of bat, and kind of catch and lock his rapier, and kind of pull him in close. So you guys are kind of locking blades, looking at each other eye to eye at this point. You notice that he's elvish blood at this point, Kelder, and you also notice there's a certain kind of regalness to him that's just strange, not exactly what you'd expect out of a resistance fighter or rebellion person. kind of stern, as he explained earlier, sternly focused on the task at hand. Kelder, on your turn, in addition to that, yeah, you don't have any NPCs that are currently awake, so never mind. Chris, you've got your bow. If you move to the other side of the ship, you'd be able to still get the elf track for firing purposes. Or if you want
which other side?
So,
Like-
oh, sorry, yeah, you guys aren't seeing that portion.
To the
If you moved forward one square, or if you moved to the right of her, you might be able to shoot at him.
Okay, I see him. Yeah, I want to shoot at the elf now.
Okay.
Excuse me, my lady. I need to take a shot here.
Which elf? The cleric or the wizard?
Oh, you. You. I think Chris Edwards wants to kill Chad for no reason. That'll hit because he's not in place.
I'm going to use my reaction to cast shield.
Okay. So as he's kind of locked in position, he kind of raises his offhand and kind of just makes some gestures and says some words, and you see this red bubble kind of appear behind him and catch the arrow, cause it to break.
Okay, wait, real quick. Just full disclosure, I have a weapon in each hand. Can I drop a weapon as part of casting that?
No, you don't need to. So Blade Singing allows you to use a weapon. Oh shit! You shouldn't have two weapons, man. Never, ever. That's not a thing.
No.
I'm gonna say you. I'm gonna punish you.
It's only if I make an attack with two hands.
No,
only if I'm
but if you-
wielding a weapon two-handed.
If you read Blade Song specifically, you need a hand free to be able to get the benefits. The second you take another weapon into your hand, you lose those benefits. So
Or use two hands to make an attack with a weapon.
right.
I read that as wielding a weapon two-handed.
No, if you use two hands to make an attack with a weapon, so you're using your offhand to make an attack, you're using two hands to make an attack with a weapon. Two different attacks,
Well,
but still
that's
two.
making
No.
two one-handed attacks.
So real quick, I don't want to get into the rules lawyery nonsense, but for
I
Blade
understand.
Singing, you want a hand free for somatic components. I didn't even think about that. So yeah, you won't be able to cast shield if you have two weapons drawn. And it's not your turn, so you can't drop it. So you're taking 9 points of damage. Is what it's looking like. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. For future reference, I guess for future reference, if I am dual wielding, I'll try to drop a weapon.
You didn't take any feats or any benefits for dual wielding, right?
No.
Okay. So no resources have been expended upon it. You may not want to do that if you're blade singing or the like. And I'll make sure I find the rulings for it. We'll get to that later, but that's not important now. You get hit in the back, take 9 points of damage. The liar face, McLiar head, still stands there with his hammer sitting over the orator's head. What do you do?
So since I see through his,
Deception.
I wonder, can I name the one who's next to the woman on the boat
Uh-huh. Copperhead, yeah, the blonde guy.
with a Toll of the Dead?
You can see his token, right?
Just the little corner.
Yeah, that's enough. Okay. Hey, Chris, make a wisdom saving throw, I believe it is. And you failed. And Stephanie, if you could roll a d8 again, and I'm gonna fix your macro here. Take 8 points of damage there. Chris.
8 points.
She rolled 8, right?
No, 1.
Yeah, whatever she rolled, that's what you're taking. And you're told the dead should now have working dice in it. Okay.
Where's the dice in the Toll of the Dead?
So So if you click the spell, it should roll. See now that they're random numbers. Yeah.
Give me a signal at this time.
No, you'll use the 3, or the 1 rather. So that's how much damage Chris will take, and then it goes to Dex.
Gotcha. So, Kelder and I are close enough. Just for use of the speech can use up a turn.
No, you can do whatever you want. I'm just saying for dramatic purposes, you guys are walking, please.
Yeah. Well, since we're locked in closely, say to him, let us leave with the orator. You'll get him back alive. No harm. You won't be harmed at all physically. He states. Everyone can walk away, but you'll get your guy back if you let us leave with him. And then I guess if Chad wants to have dialogue right now, I guess I'll make a choice from there.
Okay, are you readying an action to do something if he doesn't do that?
Yes.
Okay, so basically you're readying to attack him if he tries to not talk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. Alright, on your initiative as well, pretty much following your cue, the dwarf walks up, kind of like with his shield up and his weird stone sword, kind of gesturing in a hostile posture towards you, Chad. He says, yeah. It's good to have a dwarf. Yes, man.
Do I feel like he's lying?
Are you lying, Murph? No?
No.
Okay. So, you'd be able to tell pretty much right away that he seems to be honest.
Yeah, Kelder's response would be like, hold on a second, give me a second to think about it. I appreciate your honesty, but I think you know I can't let that happen.
When he starts to take his turn and do something besides giving up, we'll get to that chain reaction of fun. Also on Davos's turn, the lady with the crossbows kind of looks to Copperhead and then looks to the elf. Do you want us to throw him onto the ship? You can have him. But we're taking the orator. Is that fair? Copperhead's like, hey.
Alright. Let me double check on this ability. If I just click on the under spells, it'll give me a description of it, correct?
Yeah.
Without linking it?
Yeah. She's going to take some shots at the dragon. Surprisingly, it does not hit either. It puts the great axe in front of it and blocks with the large broad head of it, blocking and deflecting the attacks. Alright, Morris, it's your up, and she cast a spell against to your knowledge, your friends. You don't know who that guy is.
That set off my hammer swing?
Yeah, I'd say so. And you're attacking EG, right? The guy closest to you?
Yeah.
Okay, so during his turn, after Fi cast Toll the Dead, he took the dodge action. So you swing in, and he spins the axe he's holding in his hand, kind of catches your hammerhead with the pommel, like end piece of the hammer shaft, and or axe shaft, and kind of knocks your weapon away.
Oris's turn is going to be, he's going to move standing over the body so no one can get to it without going through him, and he's going to try and grab Fi in a headlock. And
Holy shit.
the hammer, pull out a sword and basically hold Fi as a hostage.
Dropping the hammer, pulling
You
out a
can
sword.
kill her.
Alright, yeah, she's not the orator. So go ahead and make a grapple attack, so athletics. And then, Stephanie, I need you to make a either dexterity acrobatics, or, actually, no, there is no choice for you. You're going to make an acrobatics check.
Is it with advantage because it's a strength ability and I'm raging?
Yeah,
Oh, that's a natural 20.
yeah. So, Stephanie, just click on acrobatics. Okay, so the thing he said that he was doing, he grabs a hold of you, basically gets you into a headlock, pulls you in close, and pulls a sword out, gesturing it towards your neck. The second he does, the attention of both of the other parties, your team, basically turn on him and look to you.
Wouldn't his rage have ended? He didn't take or deal any damage last turn.
I think he just re-entered rage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he wasn't raging for his Warhammer attack. Okay. So,
Oh wait. So I didn't mean for that to
Don't worry
blink.
about it. That's fine. So Oris is done. Kelder, you're up. Looks like there's a lot of heating up over Chandra ways. And what would you like to do? If it's anything hostile, a reaction is going to be coming.
Do we have bonus action healing potions in this?
Nope.
Good to know. I draw my short sword as a free action, and I use my action to drink a healing potion, and then
I'm gonna ask Murph, do you think him drawing the sword is a hostile action?
no, I drop it.
Drop. Okay. So then
Draw my short sword, drink a healing potion, and bonus action.
What was the last bit?
he's wondering if he's
Bonus action blade song.
okay. Do you take him entering into a magical martial stance as hostile, Murph?
Yeah.
Take your attack.
He an action to attack me?
If you did anything besides give up, yeah. So make a short sword attack.
I would like to. How do I read the fluff on 2 of my spells? Because every time I click on it, it just gives me like stats on it.
Sure. So what spell are we talking about?
I would Vicious Mockery and Dissonant Whisper.
Okay. So if you click on spells and then you click on the cog for the spell, it'll open up the metadata and then you can see the description for the spell. But I can give you a quick synopsis since we want to move a little bit quickly. I've only got...
Yeah. Sorry.
So okay, Vicious Mockery says that they'll take a d4 psychic damage if they fail a wisdom saving throw, and the next time they attack they have disadvantage on that attack roll. And then Dissonant Whispers states that they make a wisdom saving throw, and if they fail they take 3d6 psychic damage, and they basically have to use their reaction at that point to move as far away from you as possible.
Gotcha. Let's go Dissonant Whispers.
Wisdom saving throw. This is not a charm effect. Okay, so go ahead and
Does it incapacitate me, does it?
how much damage? No, it doesn't incapacitate. No. You'll be taking 3d6 points of damage though. Let's see. If you click the spell, Murph, it should have the damage roll in. Should. Yeah, click on the spell.
All right.
Dissonant Whispers. It should be uncog it and then click the name.
What is it? Depending on what level I'm casting it at.
You're casting it at first level.
Okay.
Okay, so 10 psychic damage, Chad. And then you need to move 30 feet away from him.
Does
And
this provoke opportunity attacks?
you cannot move up to your speed, so you have to end it next to Oris. Here.
Whoops.
Okay. And so
That's fine.
that
I'm a hostile.
that happens in response to Blade Song being utilized. So Blade Song is active at this point. All right, Copperhead. It goes. Actually, sorry, Kelder. No, there's no people left remaining. You're pretty sure Bulwark has expired over there in the corner. Copperhead.
He was a dead.
So, if I were to jump back onto the boat that the orator's on, would that take an action, or would that just be part of my movement? Alright, I'm gonna drop my bow and jump back over to the ship.
Okay. You are standing on top of a bleeding half-orc.
I'm gonna pull out my daggers and attack the dragonborn.
Okay. Because Oris is not technically an ally, you do not have an ally adjacent, so you're not attacking.
But I thought it was an ally or a enemy that is hostile to
Oh,
the
right.
creature you're
Yeah,
attacking.
that's true. So he is just, yeah, go ahead. Sneak attack. That'll hit. Roll sneak attack damage. Ooh, okay. Pretty solid cuts into his back. Yeah, pretty detrimental attack. He is bleeding quite a bit. Alright. Vi, you are currently grappled. As a part of your movement, you can attempt to escape the grapple, which is just another opposed check. Dexterity, acrobatics versus his strength athletics. If you have any sort of magic that would get you out of it, you can cast it. You can cast any spells. You can still act as normal. You just cannot move.
Okay. Hold on, let me check my.
I would say, as far as spells go, looking at what you got, Spiritual Weapon is a pretty good one. It says it's free attacks. Raven Feeblement's solid. Yeah. Those are the two main ones I would kind of denote.
Real quick. So Dissonant Whisper says I don't move into obviously hostile ground.
Yeah. Which
So
is
would I really move here?
no. So you're not moving you're not moving past him to get threatened. You're moving as far away from him to get as far away as you can, and so you move up to him, not into a place where you take an opportunity attack.
Okay.
Whilst I'm hostile, I'm not able to hit him, so I'm pretty safe then.
You are as close to him as you can with still being safe.
Where did the orator go?
He is underneath Oris.
Gotcha.
He's got
Stables.
one foot on him and a woman in a chokehold. I think that would be good for thunder.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's been in this position before.
What?
A woman in a chokehold.
Seems like a cool guy. But yeah, so Raven Feeblement's a solid one.
Can I ask him, like, what is his end game? Like, what does he want?
Yeah, you can talk. Talking is free action.
I'm not the orator, that's what I'm being paid for. Let me take him and you can live. I'll even take you with us till you know he's safe.
You do see that EG and the Dragonborn are basically ready to either grab him and wrestle him off you, or bring axes on him. So
I think I want to heal the Dragonborn.
okay, so you reach out and cast Cure Wounds on him. Okay, and then they kind of look at the situation and understanding of it, they're going to try and pull him off of you because they're not okay with this at all. Effectively, they're both grappling you. One is helping the other. So I'm making a single strength athletics check. The Dragonborn is the dominant in this instance. And Oris, you're making an opposed strength athletics check. So I have advantage and you have advantage. Let's see who wins. I got 24. What'd you get?
My roll 20 is frozen.
Oh, great. Good excuse. Strength athletics. You have advantage because you're still raging. The first one. I'll take the first one, you cheater. Alright. Basically, as you're holding her and you've got the sword out, you see Aichi kind of duck down to kind of reach for the orator, and you kind of go, oh, and like you're kind of distracted for a second. Then a hand comes out of nowhere, grabs your wrist with the sword in it, bends it off to the side, which your muscles flex and kind of grip at the short sword's handle. But even still, he manages to spring your hand out to cause the short sword to spring off to the side. The second that's done, he kind of reels you around, and you feel Eiji pushing you off of and you're wrapped around and basically grappled and moved forcibly to this position, so that the Dragonborn and now Eiji have you on a hold, and are basically holding you out, kind of like spread eagle, in front of the elvish cleric. And the wounds that you just impaled into the guy, after dropping your short bow somewhere and drawing more daggers somehow, which I forgot that part, did you leave them in the Dragonborn, or do you still have them now? Copperhead?
Oh, I still have them.
Alright, the Dragonborn looks to you and says, drop them. Alright. Rolls back around to Davos. You see that the lady cleric here is definitely causing you a lot of problems as she's trying to defend the orator. It seems that negotiations with the elf blade singer have been fruitless. Maybe she is probably a bit more responsive to dialogue than the blade singer.
It doesn't seem like anybody is honestly up for persuasion at this point.
Well,
I
don't know. Unless you try. If we're going to continue to fight, we're going to continue to fight. If not, it's not. Oh, and I forgot. I missed it anyway. It's fine. The dwarf was prepared to stab Chad. He swung and missed. It's fine.
Well, the dwarf is ready to go right now? Or is this the last turn?
He goes on your turn. Yeah, he was ready to attack Chad if he did anything hostile. I forgot about that. And I swung at him just now just to see if I'd hit him or not, and I did.
Alright, I'm just gonna cast Dissonant Whispers again.
On Chad?
Yeah, let's do Dissonant Whispers again on Chad.
Alright, wisdom saving throw. And let's see. Go ahead and click the spell. We already know what it does, so just click the spell. Chad?
I failed my save. I take 11 psychic damage. I'm unconscious.
Okay. As the whispers enter into your head, you feel everything kind of go black, and you fall to the ground next to the orator you swore to protect. Alright. The dwarf moves up next to him and kind of like looks down at the orator, trying to do this subtly so that the elf cleric doesn't really pay attention. But as his action, he's going to pick up the orator and put him on his shoulder. He's trying to do it quiet and stealthy out to the side, though.
Do I have any more actions?
You can move.
Wait, is the orator unconscious?
Yeah, stabilize.
Yeah, he's been unconscious for a while.
Alright. So as you said, this is kind of like a locomotive thing. Can the cart be disconnected from like the engine or anything like that?
Yeah, it could, but you know that disrupting the passageway of the canal boats is going to bring more attention to this circumstance than you are already bringing to yourself.
Gotcha. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna move towards the window.
Okay. It looks like Kolgar on his next turn is probably going to jump out the window onto the boat.
Okay.
You also know you have no real loyalties to the barbarian who's currently being detained. He's a hireling.
Yeah. Okay. Move here.
Okay.
And that's the end of my turn.
If you want... Oh, you dissonant whispers, never mind. I was going to say, I thought you saw it in action, but I lied. Okay, Oris, you are currently being held by two guys. Yeah.
What? Am I still raging, or would I have to waste my final rage?
You're still raging. You haven't taken it out.
I'm going to try and use half my movement to break this.
Okay. Go ahead and make a strength athletic check, which is mine. Leaving by one. So he breaks free, and then...
I'm going to grab fire again and use the... What happens?
Make a strength athletics check. And do so with disadvantage. So just normal. All right, Stephanie, go ahead and make a acrobatics check. So handsy.
Bring my mouse home next week.
For sure. Yeah, good call. She's on a track pad, guys. Give her time.
And you can roll for acrobatics, right?
Yes, acrobatics. Alright. So I said that you were at disadvantage, Lewis. She's not at advantage, so you do grab a hold of her by the cloak and kind of pull her towards you. The two bodies that are in between you and him are still interjecting. So you do have a grapple on her. What would you like to
Could
do?
I yank her with me with his father back to the boat as a troop and say, "You follow, I kill her"?
Okay, go ahead, back away.
How far can I get? I've got half my movement.
You got 15 feet.
Can you do anything here, or is that...
He's going to move you with him, and then on your turn you can take your actions. But because he's grappling you, he can force move you.
I can move to the boat, essentially.
You can't get out of the boat and jump onto it. That's not a thing I'm allowed.
But I can get back here, yeah?
Yeah. Alright. As you back away, the Eiji just brings that axe down on your hands. Crit. And you'll be taking half damage. D12 plus... So that's 27 points of damage halved.
Half 27?
Yeah, so 14. As he cuts into your wrists. He says, release her.
Not gonna happen.
The Dragonborn looks at you. Oh yeah, it is. Kelder, death saving throw. That's one failure. Alright, Copperhead, it looks like you are blocking traffic. The windows basically...
For the record, for anybody who care to look, Keller has the healing kit on him.
Who broke out of Zoom? Chris Edwards.
Sorry, it was lagging bad.
Okay. Stop having something. Okay, it's fine. Alright. Alright, good. What are you doing?
Back onto the boat.
Okay. You're backing away out to the boat?
Yep.
Okay. The Dragonborn will slash at you as you try to step away from him.
Oh, did you not hear me say disengage?
Oh, disengage. Sorry, I didn't hear that. Okay, you're fine. And any actions besides?
No.
Okay. It's you're up, Lady Fi. He's holding on to you. He's bleeding a bit, and he's against the wall, trying to get to the window and drag you with him. What would you like to do?
Can I down and hit him with my incense burner?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a mace attack.
Sorry.
It's okay. I understand. I genuinely empathize with where you're coming from. I hate trackpads.
Okay, so would that be strength?
So no, in your middle section there should be an attack column. And you should see sensor or mace. One of those two. Or sensor apostrophe. Yeah, mace.
I'm trying.
It's okay.
Okay, so what do I need to click? Because it's just wanting me to rename it.
Oh, weird. Here, let me try and click it for you. Hold on. Did it roll? Yeah. Okay, so does an 11 hit you there, Lewis? No?
Nope.
Okay. She pulls off of her belt a ornamental device that seems to be linked to a chain. It appears to be a sensor, if you know what that is. And she swings it up and it kind of bashes against your shoulder. It doesn't seem to hurt you very much as you're kind of enraged and it just glances. But as she does so, you see the other two step in. And it looks like one is providing the other the help action so that they have advantage on their attack roll.
Because I've got her back movement, am I able to, if they miss, am I able to move her?
You don't have any abilities that allow that.
Abilities to do that?
Yeah, there's like a mastermind feature that allows you to pull people. Actually, change of thought. They're actually both the other swing. Get the advantage. You can do more damage. Alright, 19 and 17. After having 7 points of damage and after having 8 points of damage. 15 total after having.
I'm still up.
Okay. And
No, it's like, because he can take hits.
yeah, they are very, very sternly looking at you and bashing you apart. From an outside perspective, it's easy to see why you manhandling their charge, the person they're supposed to be defending. Davos, standing off to the side, looks like you have a clear jump to the boat if you want to take it. Muted.
Am I able to order the dwarf out the window first
Yeah,
without using an action?
yeah, it's a free action. He jumps out onto the boat.
With the, is he bringing the orator with him?
Yep.
Okay.
And as he
going-
gets on the boat and loads the orator there, he looks to the girl with the crossbows and says, "We gotta lose this guy with the knives. We don't have enough weight for him."
Looks like they're throwing you under the bus, buddy.
Nah,
Well-
throw me under the boat, yo.
Didn't we have, how many people did we have on the boat originally?
Yeah, you had a total of 5.
Seeing the dwarf take
Gotcha.
could I shout to leave without me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll shout that when I see them take the elevator. They know where to pay my money.
Alright, so if you're staying, this is going to go one of two ways. I'm going to ask you if you want to continue a conflict or if you want to do it dramatically. And I'm not asking you in particular, I'm asking the 3 leaders of the groups here. So what I mean to say is, Murph, are you escaping and leaving the mercenary behind?
I was gonna give him a small window possibly by throwing up like quick distraction using a prestidigitation.
Okay.
Maybe if I could do that, I'm not sure.
Okay. It's not going to do much. Prestidigitation isn't really manufactured for that. It's more for like tricks that are kind of not illusions that distract people. It probably won't trick the battle-hardened people that are placed here. But if your intent is to get onto the boat, you do so.
Okay.
All right. And you see that the second you do, the lady says, or sorry, the crossbow woman says to you, "Are we leaving him?"
Yes.
She pulls the line. You see the line go snap against the canal boat, and your boat starts to drift away from it. You also note that maybe in 6 to 12 seconds, had you not released from it, you would have been basically broken against the ports as the ship went into the canalway out of the lake. So you literally got away just in time. Good. Fi, you're the leader of the next group I need to talk to. Is your intent to make sure this mercenary is knocked unconscious, or at this point he's still holding you by his neck? Your people are going to continue to beat the crap out of him if he holds you. Do you want to show mercy, or do you want to knock him unconscious and leave him where he lies?
Well, my priority was to go over here to this, the like blonde elf. I'm sorry, I'm still learning the name.
Yeah, and heal him. I understand, but at current you're being kind of held and restrained, so you can't break away from that. My question to you, because Oris will get to go first. Do you have a dramatic action, Lewis, that you're planning?
Does that go 5? Kneel down and say, pay me double and I'll tell you where they're going.
Okay, great, cool. So then, yeah, that opens you up to go heal Chad's character.
I have no intention of like harming him further as long as he's not coming after me. So,
Well,
sounds good.
if you kind of walk away from him dismissingly and heal the elf, the other two are kind of raising their battle axes and just holding them over him, like prepared to drop them if he so much as tries a thing. Okay, and so that's what will break. So basically, as you guys are separating, again, the group is kind of splitting apart. You have Copperhead, Davos, separating on a boat, sailing off to their secret hideout. The mercenary saying that he knows where they're at, and if you pay him double or give him the promise of paying him double, he'll show you right where they're at. And Kelder, you're brought back to consciousness, only to realize that your charge, the orator, has been taken away. All right, good deal. Thanks for watching, anybody who's watching at home, and that's where we'll end the stream for this week. We'll come back in 2 weeks with this game. So this is a bi-weekly game, and talk to you then. Thanks for